Good afternoon, dear students. Guneshwar, Arya, Bhagyasri, Vishu. Good afternoon. Today we are going to wind up our class of Rattrap, and then we shall practice some MCQ, okay, multiple choice questions from the last lesson, as I informed you in the previous evening. So, first of all, let us wind up this lesson, the Rattrap. It requires hardly 10 minutes, and then we shall go ahead with our stuff, with our MCQ discussion, right? So, dear students, let's begin, and we'll try to close it. Just hang on. I'm going to find out this text for you. So, just hang on for a minute. So we have already come to the end of this lesson, the rat trap, right? We have come almost to the end of this lesson. So today we are going to finish this lesson. As you can see, dear students, okay, so when the ironmaster's daughter became so much sympathetic and considerate on this fellow, like Rattrap Seller became very much surprised as to why ironmaster's daughter became so much sympathetic for him. Okay, so this is what is going on in his mind, because everywhere he has gone for help, every house he wanted to take shelter, everybody turned him down. Everyone turned him down, right? There was not a single house which sort of entertained him or welcomed him, hosted him. Therefore, the rat trap seller became a very much pessimist about the world and people. So that is the reason as to why he has become very much suspicious now on Iron Master's daughter, because she is not supposed to be so very much caring, because like she is of course very much considerate and very much sympathetic, hospitable in nature, but as the rat trap paddler is not used to getting such a huge or warm hospitality, therefore he doesn't know what a hospitality is, and he doesn't have the experience of seeing people being so good, right? Because every time he sought help from others. Everywhere he went, he faced rejection. People turned him down. Right? Nobody entertained him except, of course, for the old crofter. Old crofter was also very much hospitable, and he also treated with him very gently. Right? And he was a very good host, the old crofter. And next to old crofter, it is the ironmaster's daughter who became so very much hospitable to the rat trap seller. Right now, let's see what happens, dear students. We have almost come to the end of this lesson. Right, so, and I hope some students have also joined. Okay, so I've already wrapped up what we have done. So let's continue. Okay, after that, Christmas Eve at Rancho passed just as it always had. The stranger did not cause any trouble because he did nothing but sleep. He was sleeping the whole day. Okay, because he got a peaceful environment in the house of Iron Master, so he was sleeping. The whole forenoon he lay on the sofa in one of the guest rooms and slept at one stress. At noon they woke him up so that he could have his share of the good Christmas fare. But after that he slept again, and then he again started sleeping. Okay, so it seemed as though for many years he had not been able to sleep as quietly and safely as here at Ramsor, right? So at noon, what happened? They woke him up. They woke him up because he was sleeping all day, and it was time for him to sort of have his snacks. So at noon, they woke him his lunch. So at noon, they woke him up so that he could have his share of the good Christmas fare. But after that, he slept again. It seemed as though for many years he had not been able to sleep as quietly and safely as here at Ramso. In the evening, when the Christmas tree was lighted, they woke him up again, and he stood for a while in the drawing room, blinking as though the candlelight hurt him. But after that, he disappeared again. In the evening, he was uh, awakened once when the Christmas tree was lighted, and then again it seemed he disappeared. 2 hours later, he was aroused once more. He then had to go down into the dining room and eat the Christmas fish and porridge. As soon as they got up from the table, he went around to each one present and said thank you and good night. But when he came to the young girl, she gave him to understand that it was her father's intention that suit which he wore was to be a Christmas present. He did not have to return it. Okay, so Iron Master has also presented a Christmas suit, actually, I mean, a suit on the occasion of Christmas, celebration. So this is what I Master's daughter wanted to convey to the packer. And if he wanted to spend next Christmas Eve in a place where he could rest in peace and be sure that no evil would befall him, he would be welcomed back again. The man with the rat traps did not answer anything to this. He only stared at the young girl in boundless amazement. The man with the rat traps did not answer anything to this. He only stared at the young girl in boundless amazement. The next morning, the ironmaster and his daughter got up in good season to go to the early Christmas service. Their guest was still asleep and they did not disturb him. When at about 10 o'clock they drove back from the church, the young girl sat and hung her head even more dejectedly than usual. At church, she had learned the following morning when both the father and the daughter went to the church, they could hear something bad about the rector seller. They heard something bad about the rector seller. So, what did they hear about him? Let's find out. What did they hear about him? Um, at church, she had learned that one of the old crofters of the ironworks had been robbed by a man who went around selling rat traps. So this is the information that Ironmaster's daughter got. Right. Yes, that was a fine fellow, but yes, that was a fine fellow you let into the house, said her father. I only wonder how many silver spoons are left in the cupboard by this time. So now she started thinking. Now she started thinking, yes, that was a fine fellow you let into the house, said her father. And when her father heard about this, so like her father sort of gave her a kind of a uh, mild scolding, like he said, that was a fine fellow you let into the house. I only wonder how many silver spoons are left in the cupboard by this time. And her father said, I wonder, like he might have stolen so many silver spoons from the cupboard, right? The wagon had hardly stopped at the front steps when the ironmaster asked the valet whether the stranger was still there. He added that he had heard at church that the man was a thief. The valet answered that the fellow had gone and that he had not taken anything with him at all. On the contrary, he had left behind a little package which Miss Wilmanson was to be kind enough to accept as a Christmas present. Right. So on inquiring from the belly, he came to know that the what is that called? That the peddler has left something for the ironmaster's daughter as a Christmas present. So what is that? And he hasn't taken anything with him while leaving the house. He hasn't taken anything with him. He just went empty-handed. Rather, he has left something, some Christmas present for his daughter, that is Miss uh, Wilmanson. The young girl opened the package, which was so badly done up that the contents came into view at once. Done up means the package was wrapped very badly. that the contents came into view at once. She gave a little cry of joy. She found a small rat trap. She found a small rat trap inside the package, and in it lay three wrinkled 10 kroner notes. And inside that small rat trap, three wrinkled 10 kroner notes were kept. But that was not all. In the rat trap lay also a letter written in large jagged characters. Right? In the rat trap lay also a letter written in large jagged characters. What is that? Honored and noble Miss. Honored and noble Miss. Since you have been so nice to me all day long, since you have been so nice to me all day long, as if I was a captain, I want to be nice to you in return as if I was a real captain. For I do not want you to be embarrassed at this Christmas season by a thief, but you can give back the money to the old man on the roadside who has the money pouch hanging on the window frame as a bait for poor wanderers. Okay, so he has also left a note to the daughter of Ironmaster, that is Adla. What is the note all about? In the note, he has written, as the Ironmaster's daughter has been so kind and so sympathetic, so hospitable to him, and treated him like a captain, right? Because initially, both the Ironmaster and his daughter took the paddler as his old regimental comrade, okay, who was Captain Bonstein. So he was taken, his identity was mistaken, and they considered him to be the Captain Bonstein. So, as he was considered to be a captain, therefore he wants to return this captain-like treatment. He want to be equally good to Ironmaster's daughter, because she treated him like a captain, not as a vagabond, or not like a Rattrap seller, or not like a peddler, right? I want to be nice to you in return, as if I was a real captain. For I do not want you to be embarrassed at this Christmas season by a thief, but you can give back the money to the old man. So he is referring to the money of the old crofter. Okay, he has stolen 30 kroner, like 30 kroner from the crofter, right? He has taken 30 kroner from the crofter, right? Old crofter. He has stolen, in fact. So he has returned the money to Ironmaster's daughter, left a note to her saying that this 30 kroner should be returned to the old crofter, right? The rat trap is a Christmas present from a rat who would have been caught in this world's rat trap if he had not been raised to captain, because in that way he got power to clear himself, right? So it's a very beautiful ending. Actually, the story has a very beautiful ending. You see here what is said. The rat trap seller says that this rat trap that I leave for you is a Christmas present from a rat. The rat trap seller considers himself as a rat. So from a rat, right, who would have been caught in the world's rat trap if he had not been given such a good treatment by the Ironmaster and his daughter. So who hadn't, he would have been caught in the world's rat trap if he had not been given such a beautiful treatment, or who had not been if he had not been shown such a warm hospitality by the Ironmaster and his daughter, right? So that is why he said, "Your treatment made me feel like a captain. So you have raised my status, and that is what made me come back to this world. And this such a good treatment or behavior from your end has made me change completely, and that is why I am living now. And thank you so much for changing me because of your love and hospitality that I could understand. I was saved from being trapped into the rat trap, because stealing things or telling lies to people are all like temptations, are all like rat traps. People get trapped somehow, right? So I have been saved from the rat trap by the good treatment of you, because in that way he got power to clear himself. Written with friendship and high regard, Captain Bonstein. Okay, and then he introduces, like, just said he he is Captain Bonstell, but actually he is not Captain Bonstell, but he had been treated like Captain Bonstell. That is why he could change himself. He got so much of love and affection. So that has brought about a tremendous transformation in his personality. So this is how the story comes to, in a very beautiful manner. The story comes to an end, dear students. Okay, the story comes to an end in a very beautiful manner, right? So what is that we have learned from this story? What is that we learn from this story? Something that we have to know quickly. Okay, so we have learned that even if we are in our situation, our circumstances define our personality, our circumstances mold our personality, right? If we are into a very pessimist sort of ugly and negative environment, we tend to grow up being negative, right? But if we grow up in a positive environment, if we are given a lot of love and warmth and care, then we also grow up becoming a optimist person, an optimist or a positive person, right? So as Rattrap seller never saw any good treatment before. Okay? Never got any good treatment before. As he grew up in a very negative environment, okay, that is why he did not know what is right and what is wrong, and everything he considered to be a rat trap. So it's because of the warm hospitality, good treatment of the ironmaster and his daughter that a tremendous change has come over him, right? So what we learn from this, a human being is transformed, okay, uh, no matter how much bad he or she uh, comes out to be, by a good you can say company, by warmth, love and care. Anybody can be changed, okay, anybody can be changed with the help of a good, with the help of good care and in the company of good person, okay. And you can see here, you can see, like here also you can see uh, act of kindness and hospitality shown by the crafter ironmaster and his daughter, okay. So the paddler eventually changed because of the kindness, hospitality shown by not only the ironmaster and his daughter, but also by the crafter. So, but that is what has brought about this change, actually. Understood? So, dear students, let's now switch on to our MCQ. Okay, MCQ. हाँ सर बोलिए. हाँ हाँ बोलिए ना. हाँ यार क्लास चल रहा है, क्लास को रैप अप करके आता हूँ. हाँ 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 ठीक. చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. Um, okay, so dear students, uh, now now let me tell you, like we'll just go through just one exercise today of MCQ as I promised you yesterday. So just one, four questions we'll go through from MCQ, and then we shall wind up today, and tomorrow we should continue with MCQ, right? For example, you see here, this is the last lesson. Okay, the last lesson. Poor man, it was in honor of this last lesson that he had put on his fine Sunday clothes. And now I understood why the old man of the village were sitting there in the back of the room. It was because they were sorry too. that they had not gone to school more. It was their way of thanking our master for his 40 years of faithful service and of showing their respect for the country that was theirs no more. So, as you know that like the term one has become now MCQ. Okay, so you have to prepare some questions on MCQ. For that, you need to go through each and every line of the text. You have to go through each and every sentence of the textbook. Okay, so that you are able to read it. So, you are able to understand. So, why does the narrator refer to M. Hamel as poor man? Okay, number one, he emphasizes with M. Hamel as he had to leave the village. He believes that M. Hamel's fine Sunday clothes clearly reflected that he was not rich. He feels sorry for M. Hamel as it was his last French lesson. He thinks that M. Hamel's patriotism and sense of duty resulted in his poverty. So, which one do you think should be the correct answer? Why does the narrator refer to M. Hamel as poor man? Okay, is it because of the clothes or any financial hardship that he is referred to as poor, or for something else? If you know the answer, you can text me A, B, C, D. Okay, so tell me which one can be the answer. Is it A or B or C or D? So Mansi and Tanvi says C. Okay, so yes, absolutely correct answer, Mansi and Tanvi. Okay, now next question is, which one of the following idioms might describe the villager's act of attending the last lesson most accurately? Okay, so it's a bit difficult because if you don't know the meaning of these idioms, you shall not be able to answer, right? So, villagers came, right? I give you some hint, right? Villagers were not seen any day in the school, but villagers came towards the end or the last day in the school. So, from this hint, you build up the answer. Okay? Around. Uh, Too good to miss, too little, too late, too many cooks spoil the broth, too cool for school. So, which one should be the answer, dear students? I let me tell you. Let me see whether you are able to do it. B. Mansi says B. Okay, so absolutely correct, Mansi. It's too little, too late is the correct answer. Means villagers came, but they were too late, and like they should have come earlier. Okay, but they came late. Thank you. Next, choose the option that might raise a question about M. Hamel's faithful service. Like, tell me, which of these four statements says that M. Hamel had faithful service? When Franz came late, M. Hamel told him that he was about to begin class without him. Franz mentioned how cranky M. Hamel was and his great ruler rapping on the table. M. Hamel often sent students to water his flowers and gave a holiday when he wanted to go fishing. And then M. Hamel permitted villagers put their children to work on a farm or at the mills for some extra money. So, which one do you think should be the answer of this question? The question is M. Hamel's faithful service. The statement which will raise a question, the statement which will say that M. Hamel was not doing his faithful service. Which of these four sentences tells so? Which of the four sentences shows that M. Hamel was not doing his faithful service? Any answer quickly, Preeti? Okay. Now tell me the answer of this question. Write down question number three. Question number three. It is A, B, C, D. Which one? Three. Yes. But you haven't mentioned question number actually. Okay. Question number 3C, very good. Mansi, you are absolutely correct. So 3C is the correct answer. Okay, 3C is the correct answer. So dear students, we will continue this trend tomorrow. The entire tomorrow's class will be on multiple choice questions. Now I've got a meeting. I've got to wind up a little earlier, dear students. I shall meet you tomorrow once again at 12:20, sharp at 12:20. Okay. Thank you so much, dear students. Bye bye. Take care, and we shall meet tomorrow. So tomorrow we shall also continue with Lost Spring. So please do revise Lost Spring as well. Read the text thoroughly. Lost Spring, the last lesson, and Lost Spring. These two lessons will have quiz from tomorrow. Multiple choice questions. Thank you so much. Bye bye.